There are moments in a courtroom when the air feels too heavy for anyone to breathe. Moments when a single person's arrogance presses against the walls until finally cracks. This story begins in one of those moments. Before we dive in, let us know in the comments where you are watching from. We would love to see how far this conversation is reaching. The room was already tense before the woman even opened her mouth. People sensed something was coming, the way animals sense a storm before the clouds arrive. Then the door swung open and Veronica Vale walked in like she expected the world to rise from its seat and applaud her arrival. She did not walk so much as glide, each step deliberate, each gesture broadcasting entitlement. She slammed her designer purse onto the defendant's table with the kind of force that made people flinch. "Do you even know who I am?" she demanded. Her voice cut through the air like a shard of glass. The bailiff looked up. Several people turned their heads. Even those who had never heard her name could feel the thunder behind her tone. Veronica Vale was not just a wealthy heiress. She was someone used to the world rearranging itself whenever she frowned. "My family owns half the casinos in this state," she added, lifting her chin as if the ceiling should lower to meet her height. "One phone call, and you will be begging for a different job, Judge Kang." The name hung in the air like a dare, but Judge Frank Caprio did not blink. He did not shift. He did not even look surprised. He simply watched her, calm and unwavering, the way the ocean looks at a wave that thinks it is bigger than the sea itself. The gallery fell into a deep hush. People exchanged glances. Someone whispered, "She really said that." Another muttered, "Does she not know who she is talking to?" Veronica took her seat with a dramatic sigh, tossing her purple-streaked hair over her shoulder as though even her annoyance deserved applause. "Let us hurry this up," she said. "I have a board meeting, real responsibilities." Judge Caprio finally spoke. "Miss Vale, sit down." He said it softly, but it felt like a command carved out of stone. No shouting, no threat, but the power inside those three words was unmistakable. Veronica sat, not because she respected him, but because something inside her recognized a force that did not bend. She crossed her arms, she tapped her heel. She waited for the world to adjust itself around her again. It did not. She insulted the officer who wrote her citation. She bragged about her security team. She rolled her eyes so aggressively that half the gallery winced in second-hand embarrassment. And when Judge Caprio remained steady, she smirked, as if she believed she was wearing him down. But his stillness did not mean surrender. It meant the opposite. Everyone felt it. Something was coming. "Miss Vale," he said, his voice level. "Before this case moves forward, we will discuss respect." The courtroom leaned in. You could almost hear the heartbeat of the entire room. She scoffed. "Judge, with all due respect, which is very little, I do not take lectures from tiny courts. I handle million-dollar operations before breakfast. Please do not waste my time." The gallery rippled with disbelief. A teenage boy whispered, "She is digging her own grave." His mother nudged him, eyes fixed on the drama unfolding. Judge Caprio calmly opened her case file. "You were cited for traveling 58 miles per hour in a 25 zone, he said. "The officer states that you nearly caused a collision with an elderly pedestrian." Veronica shrugged. "He should have moved. Not my job to babysit slow people." The room inhaled sharply. Someone covered their mouth. Another person muttered, "How can she talk like that?" Caprio's expression hardened just enough to be noticeable. "For someone who claims to manage millions," he said, "you appear careless with human life." Veronica brushed off the comment. with the flick of her hand. Humans make mistakes. I do not slow down for other people's errors. If he fell, that is his own problem. Silence. Frozen. Heavy. Caprio closed the file. What concerns this court is not only your driving, Miss Vale, but your attitude. Oh, please, she shot back. You judges feel so righteous. People like me fund this city. My father alone. Caprio lifted one hand. Instant silence. A silence so sharp it nearly stung. Your father is not on trial, he said. You are. And your behavior suggests that you believe the law does not apply to you. Veronica leaned forward. That is because it does not. A hush fell over the courtroom like a blanket dropped from the ceiling. Caprio pressed a small button under his bench. A faint beep sounded. Two bailiffs stepped forward, not threatening, just present. Veronica's confident posture slipped, just a fraction. What is this? A dramatic show? You think you can intimidate me? He did not answer immediately. He let the question hang, letting her wrestle with it. Miss Vale, he finally said, do you know why I pressed that button? She rolled her eyes yet again. You wanted theatrics? Or backup because you cannot handle a strong woman speaking? A few people groaned. Caprio folded his hands. That button activates the full recording feed for immediate review by the oversight board. Veronica's smile cracked. The disciplinary board? She questioned. Yes, Caprio replied. The board that evaluates cases involving disrespect toward court officers and vulnerable individuals. She let out a laugh that lacked its earlier force. They do not care about some old man stepping into traffic. They care when someone shows no remorse. Something inside her wavered. People could see it. Even she felt it. Caprio nodded to the clerk. Roll the footage. The monitor lit up. The video showed the crosswalk. The elderly man stepping carefully, slowly, holding a grocery bag. Veronica's sleek car rolled forward too fast, too close. The veteran stumbled back in fear. Then her voice from the recording echoed, if he cannot walk fast enough, he should stay off the road, move or get moved. The courtroom recoiled. Veronica stood abruptly. That is taken out of context. Miss Vale, Caprio said, gentle but firm. Sit. She did. He leaned forward. Do you know who this man is? How would I know? He served for 32 years, Caprio said. 3 tours. He has difficulty walking due to injuries from service. Her defenses faltered. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape from the truth she could not outrun. There is one more part, Caprio said. Listen. The audio played again. This time, it was the veteran's voice, fragile and strained. I am sorry. I tried to move fast. My leg does not work like it used to. A wave of empathy swept the room. Veronica shifted, unable to mask her discomfort. The man's soft apology, spoken through pain, landed heavier than any shout could. I was only trying to get home, he whispered. People looked at her with disbelief, some with judgment, others with disappointment. The video froze. Miss Vale, Caprio said, do you have anything to say about his words? She swallowed, hard. I did not know he was a veteran. Must someone earn medals before you offer basic decency? She looked away, unable to answer. Caprio continued, his tone steady. This court does not measure a person by their wealth, Miss Vale, but by their humanity. A quiet murmur filled the gallery, agreement simmering through the room. Caprio motioned to the clerk again. Play the last clip. The veteran, unstable on his feet, stumbled. A neighbor rushed to steady him. You could feel the tension ripple across the courtroom. Veronica gripped the table. Caprio spoke. You had the chance to step out and apologize. You chose intimidation instead. Therefore, this court orders 200 hours of community service assisting elderly citizens, a formal apology, monthly accountability sessions, ethics seminars, and mandatory mentorship under a civic leader who has no ties to your family. Her shoulders slumped. But then Judge Caprio pressed another button. A speakerphone rang. "Mr. Vale," Caprio said. Veronica froze. Her father's voice came through, confused at first, then increasingly concerned as the judge explained her behavior. Her eyes filled with dread. The shield she always relied on was gone. Caprio looked at her. "Miss Vale, speak honestly." She tried. Words trembled. I made a mistake." "Your actions will repair the harm, not your excuses," Caprio said, "and your father will ensure that your promises are kept." For the first time, Veronica Vale was silent, truly silent, not out of defiance, but realization. A silence that signaled change. A silence the entire courtroom felt. If this moment reached you, share your thoughts and tell us where you are watching from. Let us know how stories like this resonate with you.